All right, let's take a look. These are emails that came into us overnight. Let me grab my screen. Boom, boom, boom. I have a question about the market measure from yesterday, Monday. Why would you bother selling the call and taking on so much risk for such a small profit? It doesn't make sense to me, but maybe I'm missing something. So yesterday we did a market measure about selling calls and puts for the last 19 years. And the profit side from the calls, the actual dollar amount, was quite small, a fraction of what the put side was. We've been in a bull market for most of that time, but the call side was a fraction of what the put side was. So the argument is, why would you even sell it at all? Why not just sell the put side? That's what this person's asking.
Because we don't know what the future is going to hold. I mean, that study, you're looking back, and you just mentioned a moment ago, the market went straight up, and yet still you were able to make a small amount of money with the calls. I mean, if the market goes straight down, you'll say, why are we selling puts? Just sell the calls. So you don't know the future is the reason why you do it.
And that is exactly the answer. It's easy looking back in hindsight and then looking at a 15-year bull market and saying, well, you should have only sold the puts. Of course, yeah. We get that.
Yep.
With that kind of hindsight, we'd be there too. But the reality is we don't know what the future brings. You never know what the future brings. And it requires no additional capital to sell the call side. And the call side has a very high win rate. Remember, in the last 3 years, from 2021 to 2024, which has been a pretty good bull market for the most part, except for 2022, the call side won about 70% of the time. And yes, the money's less. And in the first, whatever it was, let's call it 16 years, the call side won still about, 60% of the time. So it wasn't like the call side gave you a bad pop or something like that. The call side was a little bit of a drag in different periods, but the other side to it is it still made money. So, and because you don't know what's going to happen, and because it's easier to do both sides, yeah, that's not going to change one thing that we do. We're going to do both sides. That's the only thing you're missing.